Why Zion ministry always? There were so many churches in Nigeria, but why is it that now every day she bore and also Zion ministry? Zion ministry, Zion ministry. Hello? So, the mother na jogo na. Why Zion ministry? Why Zion ministry? Why they do it? As Zion jugo we menka. As Zion jugo we menke ni. Ebo Zion nka. Ebo Zion nka. Ụfọdụ jụọ ajụjụ sị, kedu ife kpatara na ya da plan ụrụ Zion ife ọjọọ oge ọwụna? Kedu ife ọ ga-eji wee wụrụ Zion? I want to answer that question. Then, a lot of people are saying, na Mbaka reign na Zion eluhotu Mbaka kelafa ya Fadede reign na Zion eluhotu Fadede na highest nwobele oge Zion na return kwa back to ndị ọzọ. Achọ nka ngwa gị ife melu Zion ji wee dị iche and ife melu Zion ji wee wụrụ okwu akpụ n'ọnụ. Number one, Fadede Fa and Fada Mbaka Fa. Ministry, they are still in ministry. They did very well, and they are still doing very well. Mbaka is still doing very well. But when something do different from activities from a time of ministry, when I mean by time of ministry in Mbaka, I mean like time aho. Mbaka no at his peaks. He got to go. And the time of Fadede no na peak here. Onwe ife dishe. Onwe ife melu. Hajwe dishe. No genke Mbaka. No genke fa and evangelist Ebukobi. To make you understand or have an idea of ife nebu, I will refer you to the days of Chief Raphael Wazurike and Mazor, and the days of Manson and the Kano and the Biafra. Here I go. I will refer you to the days of Raphael Wazirike and Mazor, to this day of Manson and the Kano and Biafra. Kerife Dishe, during the time of Wazirike was more of local, like only followers here, members here, from local here, because he was even unable to reach as many people in diaspora. You want to go? Like, a lot of people in Abuja, they don't know what is happening in the southeast. A lot of people not there. They don't even have time to read newspaper. They don't have time for all those media, print media, radio station and all those. They don't have time. They don't even have time to go and watch 8 o'clock news or 9 o'clock news. But during the time of Mazen Nandekano, a lot of things at his disposal to be able to reach as many people as possible. Media and everything at his disposal to get his message across to so many people, and that is why Ojiwe followers worldwide. He was able to reach somebody who is in Malaysia. He was able to reach somebody who is in Otago. Let me go away from that. Let me come now to what I am talking about now. I said Father Mbaka did very well in ministry, and he's still doing very well in ministry. But nevertheless, I laugh at people who still go to the extent of when they want to talk about Zion, they start making reference to those people. Let me tell you the reason why Zion ministry is being talked about anyhow. Zion ministry currently, there is no ministry, I repeat, run by any Igbo man that has been able to beat the record that Zion ministry beat at this particular time. I don't know about tomorrow, but I'm telling you about now. There is no Igbo man called to ministry, run go ministry, break go record in terms of reach, in terms of everything, compared to what Evangelist Kobe is running now. It may look strange to you, but you know that I am telling you the truth. Adoration ministry, Enugu, I know where their limits stopped. I know where their limits stopped. Even during those days, Mbaka was making wave. Mbaka will power more in Enugu. Yes, Mbaka dominated more in Enugu. I am an Weziri, 1 or 2 followers from outside and Lagos. But when I mean by Mbaka ne healed Enugu. In fact, many people who can tell you about activities of Mbaka will tell you more from Enugu and not from other parts of the world, because those places only people there, limited number of people there, but everything that happened in Enugu. The same thing with the Father Kelave, Father Ede, the same thing with many of these people in Akpo, even Ebube Monsofa. They are all doing fantastically well, but at least they are rich to limited compared to what Evangelist Kobe is running. What Evangelist Kobe is running is more networking than people you see. It is more networking than people you see. That is what, in fact, the only ministry in Nigeria you can use to compare what Evangelist Kobe is running currently is Synagogue Church of All Nations. Synagogue Church of All Nations. Yes, I don't want to talk about Kelave. I don't want to talk about Redeem and Winners, because those ones would church. Synagogue Church of All Nations is a non-denominational church. It's a non-denominational church. Anybody can come there. You see, it doesn't even have more like physical branches all over. But yet, home will more rich, more wider reach, international, and the national here. So the only church or the only ministry, let me say, because it's not a church, otherwise I can add the Anglican and Catholic. EAG will compare what Evangelist Kobe is running on ground now is Synagogue Church of All Nations. This is the reality most of you cannot say. Now, a lot of people know this young man, we got far. This young man, we got far. In fact, you can see more of Zion members on air than you can see them on ground. In adult. Yeah. Wolu the crowd don't have yesterday. The Zion Basaloka. When I got anime make and gas somewhere, only been na shobije child dedication na Satellite Town. Okay, TLC, me head, you need everywhere. Do filled up, man, you. And when any keke, and when any boss, and when any everybody need to so filled up. Decide because here can you because first start happens here Satellite Town. All the way from Victory Estate here, where what I heard the Agoran about, they heard the first stack in the mud to drop at Junior because my kekeni need to fill up. And when about upon all those number of people you see there, Zion can will more members that are not on ground here, online, millions of people online. Now, when it comes to that networking, Hajinaka like this, the only man who can even come closer to what they are doing is Jerry Eze. Take advantage of COVID-19. We penetrate here. Yes, because those days the people had Agazi Oka. Due to lockdown, that was when Pastor Jerry Eze entered. Boom! Evangelist Kobe and Jerry Eze is only pastor in Nigeria. Is the only ministry in Nigeria where they make it broadcast live. If more than 50,000 people are now watching her at the same time, I want you to show me any other pastor where he pull with that stunt. Show me any other pastor where he pull with that stunt. You cannot see. A friend of mine from Enugu, na Zambia one day, Mbaka na-eme that harvest ọ na-ada emewe. This harvest ọ na-ada emewe ụdị a o mere mgbe anya na Peter Obi ji wee fall out ọ na-eme anyị na-enene ndị na-abata anọkata 1,000 1,800 2,000 something anyị na-enene o wee ruo oge nnọkọta wee sie because anyị eme na this argument wee si okay this is harvest right more like a very big event na adoration. Get my point. Asrengo Mbaka is doing very well and Asrongo now I said he did very well and he's still doing very well and he is still on top of his game. But I am telling you where you will stop making mistake of comparing these two ministries in terms of numbers. Yes, hapuzie onye can we power no Chineke na that power. He can give to anybody any gift or inye. The person will use it. That is all. You got to go. But I am telling you why the Zion ministry is always the topic. Because as far as I am concerned now, Zion ministry is at the top chart of all the ministries put together. Any Igbo man had go before. And I doubt here reason can now now ozugbo unu mepere onye ahụ short service ndị Zion ministry mkpụba ya ọnụ ịghọtago mkpụba ya ọnụ ozugbo we say this is exactly what I am saying. You cannot take away the fact that Zion ministry na run one of the biggest congregation of church or ministry for na Nigeria today, and the waves they are making. In fact, let me tell you, within few years of Ngongwe Zion ministry, Evangelist Ebukobi was able to cover what this man covered a ministry for over 20 years. What they covered in ministry, what took them 20 years, 30 years, 50 years to cover, this young man covered it within how many years? Within how many years? And you are telling me that our brothers into Haswene Anyoko na Anyuku, seeing that young man in that age, controlling this influence and numbers of people, they cannot go to sleep without plotting one thing. Now you accuse them, why must it be him? Why it must be him is why it was always TB Joshua those days. Don't you know why it was always TB Joshua? It was always TB Joshua because TB Joshua being a church in Nigeria. All church can attract international presence in Nigeria. Nyaka attract international every weekend. Airport ya dey make ndesi America, ndesi ebe niile Asia, ndesi ebe niile abịa na Nigeria because of Gono synagogue church of one nation. The only person who keep pulling that stunt now is Evangelist Ebukobi. Do you know the ticket APC lelu? Mbemelu 100 days fasting. Mbeme chiri na ngobala. Ema ticket yone APC lelu. Ema ticket yone United Nigerian Airline lelu. Ema ticket yone IB lelu. Onwe hotel do n'Imo State. Onwe hotel do na Abia State. Onwe hotel do na River State. Emeho business during that time. Who else can pull that stunt if not TB Joshua? Mwafi Ibaye, they pull see that stunt together. More so, he penetrated from Lagos. Every other person started their ministry in East. It was easier for them to move faster. It was easier for them to penetrate there because they are building what they are doing among their own people. Among their own people. In fact, when it comes to ministry among Igbos, the only Igbo man that can even be able to stand with the same level in terms of operation is Lazarus Moka, who also penetrated Lagos State here. He is the only one. Those only in Epidona East, where people speak the same language, where you know that it is among your the same people. There is no Evangelist Ebukobi among Ogunde Yoruba no Sariana Lagos here. He was still able to germinate and dominate the heart of Amuwo of it. Dominate here the heart of Amuwo. Now dominate here dear biri. Na even now wa uwezioku. Yeah. ife na agwa gị uwe eziokwu. So ọwụ na ị na and another one o during the time Mbaka ha na-grow na ministry na balance na their ministry Fada ebe ha name them during that time ka Bible ka na-ekwu okwu ọgwụgwụ oge mgbe aka na-echetara anyị maka ife Bible kwuru maka ọgwụgwụ oge kịta evangelist Ebuka Obi break go boundaries niile got to the higher top ọgwụgwụ oge ha na-ekwuzi okwu. For example, those days ọ na-adụ difficult for nwokorobịa dụka ịpụta kparịa pastor. Ọ na-adụ difficult nwokorobịa dụka ịpụta kparịa church. But in this generation I know, who a generation where keeper dị dụ n'aka onye ala ọnwụ na nọ n'ilo na-akpagharị akpagharị. This is the end time a na-ekwu okwu. Kelu every single thing a prophesied ihe eme na that end time abụrụ kịta ka ọ na-eme. Can you tell me why? So it makes it difficult, and yet it seems like it is very easier for him. There is no when then I say evangelist Ebuka Obi and walk Mbaka. No, on the contrary. If the time of ministry Mbaka, that time if you know Mbaka will fight mostly from Enugu state government. From Enugu state government during the time of Chimaroke, and not from common people on the street. Obruno Kita during the time of social media. That ministry I came mention a long time ago. I am not telling you go well. I am telling you the truth. Obruno Kita, because some of those people in a walk way suffer their own persecution in ministry. All those ministries are can't go shut down a long time ago. I am not telling you go well and but I am speaking the fact. Evangelist Ebuka Obi during the time of social, everybody will access to Facebook, even Onyala, even Onyit, Monisi Doma, Monisi Adohoma. All time I know that. So I am now telling you why it is always him. It is always him because he became a topic. He in fact he rose to the top at a time. Almost 2 Timothy Ahepulu Binigolu Yaworoha. Yes, he came to the top. He took his position at the top. At the time, every demon out there, yes. So imagine no one at those days. Imagine no one at those days. Okay, yeah, we put a newspaper, for the this one. Imagine no one of those days, guy, no kita. Evangelist Ebuka Obi wuna onwelu nkwa nwe nkpakiri popo. In fact, when it comes to networking, online presence, nwanne gbafelu it is yatayo. Ndị ọzọ enwenwu this kind of agreement. I'm telling you, ha na control a region or maybe a particular place with few people, maybe in the Niger adoration we may travel, but millions of people became members of Zion ministry online without even coming to Victory Estate. But the majority of people who were still adorers in adoration in Nigeria here, a lot of people who Fadede and those ministries in Nigeria, but millions of people who are active members of Zion ministry, affording me a step about their foot na Victory Estate here. Yes. Yes, affording me a step about foot na me okay, on yesterday it's a lie. Do you know what it means for you to say Abasha will buy? Do you know how many military men were sent to adoration? Ezugo, Mbaka is an OG. Forget about it. You are still missing the point. You are still missing the point. You are still missing the point, my brother. What about heaven? I am telling you, but even the reality of things can we are in the era when that, and that is why you see people analyze every single word said by Evangelist Ebuka Obi. People analyze every single action made by Evangelist Ebuka Obi. those days ndị mmadụ enwere time ije na verify testimony ana m ekwu yo those days onye pụta n'ụlọ ụka onye ere onwe testimony ịghọtago. In fact, most of the doubt of people nwere then abụrụ so many testimonies recorded in adoration, but things said by Father Mbaka by himself, like Ojiri Bible, those are the things people na-enwe issue with. People paid little or less attention to the miracles happening in adoration ground. But we live in the social media era where the moment even okay, look at nke this lady kita palalam okwasa na ebe niile, even media itself abro na Nigeria buge. That is the time a man who dominates especially see na that man na that man police motor okpukpo. You are still asking me up to today, why must it be Ebuka always? Have you seen why it is always him? Have you seen? Eh? Have you seen why it is always him? It is always him because he is before everybody now, unlike those days. Some of us, like it personally for me, ahụ ka nna do mana nkwu ekete ụfọdụ nwere ike ishe na asị. I never knew about any activities of Fadede. I only know that Fadede will university. So I thought that no a reverend father may invest in all these things. I never even knew that no when Fadede make us stuff like this in Bakafane. I never knew. You see, and there were a lot of people like that those days. So those days who in Olona area ebe these people and I know about waka akụkọ ma wa no ko si akụkọ or ụmụ ife ni na he na know. But these days, remember what I told you, those days people go to adoration Enugu for them to even become members. But these days somebody all the way from United States of America can become an active member of Zion. That is the difference. Look at what happened to Harvest evangelism. Can you tell me any church, even Anglican church, even Pentecostal church anywhere that has been able to pull that record? Tell me. Show me the church. You can only find such things happening in the Redeemed, in Winners, but you cannot find it anywhere. No Igbo man has been able to pull up that. I can tell you, Igbo draw or doka. Nda hi nwere ike isi na oge nke ha na-ebi ha moto nwanne oge nke a o nwere ife evangelist Ebuka Obi ji moto eme ịghọtago. I nwere ike isi na oge nke fa na-ebi ha na onye apụta obi ha moto onye apụta onye. Yes, all those things are normal thing. Even small boys not into ministry, they receive such kind of gift. But what I am telling you is that the kind of squad evangelist Ebuka Obi build go, they are formidable. There is no congregation headed by any Igbo man head go to such kind of formidable force. It shall be Dr. Abagagide Welu. So if you ask me why is he always on top, an Igbo man get Lagos where na the heart ebi mu ifo we conquer ndị nwe obodo we dominate eba we mepe eba. Lagos State, look, we are not talking about Anambra, we are not talking about Port Harcourt, we are not talking about Enugu. Aya ekwoku Ebonyi State or Abia State. If I na-ekwoku Eko Onigbaje ko batala Eko dominate Eko tiri Lagos ebe niile na agbagalagala. Ebe niile na agbagalagala. It's na social man will not always be the topic. You have to talk about him because he may pay for the. People have stopped talking about him back at the Indo a long time ago. Even for the people monster for can make move. But people don't, and you can't say that these people will as quarter as population as in the quarter Hamas will have as quarter as population and members. There has never been any church na Igbo put go such kind of population, such kind of numbers. So do you think it is not enough for ndị ya wahana ula na alahola haneches for joy mother? As when you are at the top, you become the topic. Now on the top, Ebuka Obi no do very ebe adoration Enugu. How many years ago we were that? Ebe adoration Enugu. Respect to Mbaka. Many years we were that. Can you tell me the impact of that adoration to that area? Let us tell ourselves the truth. Evangelist Ebukobi is yet to hold his first service in Ngopala. Ngopala is already a goal. Ngopala is already a goal. Within the space of 1 year, and has skyrocketed from 100,000 Ngopala to 10 million. And we're on 10 million, and we're on 15, and we're on 8, and we're on 5. In fact, the least in American with Asia and Aketa were more like 3 million, 3.5 million. And that is not any axis within the range of 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Yes. That is the wonder of what Zion would align at this present age. Shegoduna Victory Estate, Bagoduna Peace Estate, Bagoduna Osana Estate. You got to go, if the caliber of the ministry in Ekumake, Lord season is there. In fact, the evangelist, Pastor Lazarus Moka did also wonders also for him to be able to germinate in a Lagos airborne. He did wonders. But you cannot compare it. So, on the other and the mother now say, Evangelist Ebukobi, he is the first man to run this type of network on our own. I call it a network and not a ministry. What he is running is a network of people and not a ministry. In the system of operation, it is enough for people to always talk about him. So let us understand it. A lot of women now, they are doing wonders. They did wonders. Mbaka is a goal. Mbaka is very wonderful himself. Also, make comparison now. You people are just reducing it to more like it is radical. It is not about who started first. Yes, it is not about who started first. In Zambia, 2013. Yes. When Zambia, Mecha, the season I come way Bagota. Ndị si n'aka m wee gbagota ndị ọgwụ m kpọgotara ha ụfọdụ n'ime ha taa mba na pọketị ha mma pụtara ya mma fụrụ ụzọ ebe nsi afụ ụzọ nsi na pọketị ụfọdụ n'ime ha daa agbachie n'aka. Yes, yet ọmụmụ jelu fụ n'obodo dị mma wee gwa ha ụmụnne m join ọnụ m ebe a na ebe amakakwụ they all came. Mana ụfọdụ n'ime ha taa nsi na akpa ha daa agbachie n'aka. And that is how life is. Ọhọzi mpụtazie onye odogoro anya n'ifugo. In fact, ifugo nu diega onye anwelu na ịkpata ha ọrịa since iji weje Zambia nya hapụzie na mụ nwere mbụ na m enwe ozi no onwepụdụri mgbe inwe nriri ụdị ahụ o digitalized ife niile wee overtake elu. In fact, ọ gafere like a speed train. O ji speed train wee mee ife niile ahụ tekiri ihu 1 year 2 years or 3 years iji wee mekọnyo nyanwa chịkọnyọrọ ya in 1 year were the other years wee kpọpụ ọsọ. That is life. So he potassium go past glory. And when Joe, even during that past glory, Imelodia, that should be the question. Yanon at the lips of everybody. So it is not how long, but how well. Yes. And the Chineke social media age, I know. For him to reach out, for people to hear the story more. And that is what Otto gave rise to the criticism on Enweta today. Yes, because advantage and disadvantages. Chetaku Vengwalago, Oma's 2 Timothy to Siana, Oma's in Nehachiko, Oma's Obando, and a hammer on a Oma's Yadogi, Hachaye to Siana, Eponsun Ajo Madu, Mwanya Keta. You want to go? Eponsun Ajo Madu, Mwanya Keta. So you cannot simply compare the Oge I know ni make it compared to Oga. Those days when we get they say ni ku maka government will be after you. That may be what is happening then, but not now. Now no alala m ndị mmadụ akwa ịhụ n'ọkụ edo ụda Idoda and ụmụnna anyị ndị Igbo may use this social media as a medium of which is very bad. Igbo supposed to do proud of Zion ministry. Is supposed to do proud of Zion ministry. If you want to say go be made in Lagos, imagine even the mother, if I am Mambo Akuluno in a Azwafen and Lagos, she does Yenuno, General invest. But I am a lot of Ndog Bidolu, Afian and Newi, Bidol Afian Onisha, Bidol Afian Aba, Patache Geba, Mecha. You locate here to Lagos, we say Lagos, we Patazi until we go. I am Manka, or name my hair. I am where, Ungano Juna is the field and I Karikwana, this move work, Bogota Lagos, which is the commercial capital. Manu in Kauna. What do get established in Lagos? We're not choosing what at East. Imagine, when you know who Lagos, how about that East, you want also yata. I should give me no money, belly. Much upon Kewes, you man, I know who sometimes in Donna and Anama June. You look at this man, na Pastor Jerry Eze. Si when we get Mutamu Agadama Habaile. Madu Ogepo, Jane, Asren, good Jane, Okema that the GO name on Nigeria. Okema churches and the ministries that pages here, official pages here, man. Jane Nefa. Bamun Kene pool engagement. Zion and the Pastor Jerry Eze. Tell me one. Tell me one. In fact, how can more people here online? Carry she couldn't prosper. You listen too much. Nam. Oh, nyaki you well ever. Oyere people oyere gege. Ono na bu ofife. Maki ge dewe ku dewe. Let that go. I talk too much, man. Mboy ha camera. Itu put e na agba. You know na keke kutuo. You know na motor gba break na nko. You na eri ni ri ega ngwa gbaje kan ebe ya don ofuma. You know no office na lot apụ na nko. Awan even na-ekwu na atọmenti demon nọ n'ime. Mana ife nji ekwu ewu ka people do ka uwe na-akụsi na kota. Na aja. Inwe ike pass ya out. Before anya ga na-efo ekwuchago m ife na-ekwu. Ịghọtago? Yes. That is why. Because if you don't know. So, o nwere ife ka gbagwojuru gị anya ka nkọwarụ gị kịta. Any question? Any question? I nwere ajụjụ. Hello? Even so now this broadcast something need to attend it. I wanted to run this broadcast for some time, but I bata can go so many things. Why must it be only Zion? No, but another people are but another people are when I say why must it be only Zion? Or winners ki call Redeem Kiyejepu, call Synagogue Church of Our Nation Kiyejepu, because those are the people you can compare with Evangelism Kobe. Forget about any other priest or whatever body on the southeast. There is nobody. Every year, we from there companion on Lagos. I'm telling you. Now, being only Igbo, none at the league of all these men, you don't expect our brothers to poison Akoda, especially the fact that they are going back to their root agenda has started. So, who do you want them to concentrate on? If not Evangelism Kobe. He is currently the Igbo man that is making way with Pastor Jerry Eze. But now, Evangelism Kobe can we physical network and the online network carry Pastor Jerry Eze. Okay, we in fact, Bagaria na moto nine na Bagaria na Lagos ya. Moto 5 or moto 10 no gafeleru. Iya 4 boosti Zion. Flat you ni ye jene na Lagos ya. Flat 8 do na e ya follow door na abomo we to boost Zion. E show Bagaria kan na gbago. Even mmadu na agba self na ijezie ma na area ebu mu na ibigasi n'obodo oyiwo no siki ike na ibata be mmadu ya fo sticker Zion na. So, what else do you want? Can you force it choro? So ọ na-ewute m na ụnụ pụta unu ewere onye ndị Igbo sọpoziri iji eje mba, onye ndị Igbo sọpoziri iji eme ọnụ, unu ewere eje n'aka ụmụnne anyị niile nọ na East ministry. They are doing all fine. They are doing fine, exceptionally. Ụfọdụ n'ime ha rụrụ ọrụ ha during the time of their peak. They did it wonderfully. They are still on top of the situation now. Fada Mbaka, ọkụ na-ele ọdọ mmiri, Fada Ede, Ebube Monsọ, ha ncha niile, they are still very much active in ministry, doing wonderfully well. But evangelism Ebuka is frag of faith. Of faith. You can compare him now, currently now, with the likes of Morgan and Lagos here. Adeboye, Oyedepo, Synagogue Church of All Nations. Those are the people. Not even, Mountain of Fire, or maybe, but not Mountain of Fire. On them, all he will do compare, or asset in the Igbo, or asset in the Igbo, on them, well power. Ese, because among 5 people or 10 people no one being present, well, about 3-4 Zion members in Onime. Are you aware? Even Nima Fieba Heno, a complex Eba Heno, shop put about do 8 or 10, about 3-4 in the Zion. In Asenase, so Keki is system name go busy and I'm walk and I walk. If we now, Oyedepo, no capacity, and I'm walk because the winners, Julebenine, Adeboye, Julebenine, they got to go. Another Igbo man will keep put that stone to now, Lazarus Moka. Lazarus Moka, another Igbo man will keep put that stone. You know what? Because these people, mana evangelism could be her moves faster because on a run almost the same style of ministry with TB Joshua or Zion for all movement or Zion prayer movement. It is for every denomination, whether you want Catholic, whether you want Anglican, whether you want Pentecostal. It is a non-denominational. The same thing with the two TB Joshua's win mana winners at least you have to be a registered member of winners. So I know winners which is not by force, but I'm trying to tell you that no church call you want to go. So only actual yam on a joker. What are you putting about? So can you feel what are you saying? The only man who will keep pulling me say Ebuka be a pull no but Synagogue Church of All Nations. Yes. Onya will keep capable of him every weekend to play in another airport. Up to today. Every name will lodge na Victory Estate. Every name will lodge. Upon Sunday I hear look at that. On Saturday, Jena Garden Top, Jena Santiago Milan, Jena Hotel ni name will na muwo. Jena Hotel ni name na muwo. Jena hostels accommodation nine and the apartment nine emweluna Victory Estate, peace and the environment. Jena first tag kemane ya fonye si obodo yiwo bia Zion. Ụfọdụ adego self no 3 weeks no 1 month no ro dia they spend the ego moko ha nwele ego. They have money ha nwele ego. Onya ukwa another thing. The Zion nwele ego. They have resources at their disposal. They have everything at their disposal. It is a blessing of God. It is not easy for a man to be able to build that kind of networking of people at this time. Tianchi is a network. Did they survive here? All the people who do networking, if I will be onya kanji we say that onya cause we penetrate in the money and I'm networking because Zion ministry came to grow this by through means of networking. Means of networking. How they did it, I don't know. How they were able to do that, I don't know. Look at him go up, even go up. Look at him go up. Yeah? And the people were able to look away at the security challenges and flood Imo State. Flood Imo State. Millions of people in Imo State. Yeah? Una abagasini fa kanje ai bataka ipakene nkato ofuma. Because I need the bank at all for my hair. Who will got if I do because if una got a put if I do When I got if I do, Oga, put if I want to test, he will wonder how big Onyani Kumakedo. Agreeable. Evangelism Gobi is the most simplest pastor in his Caribbean football. He's the most simplest. Easy to access. So I don't blame you. You can look down on him for all I care. Yes, because Ndozo, if that neighbor Apostle Joseph Suleiman on Apwap. If that neighbor on Apwap, if we are born Apwap, that movement alone, you will think it is a state governor moving. You will think it is a state governor going for a state function. So evangelism could be moved very simple. Onya ki yeje metu yanya. Nyakuru kunu je metu yanya. Una mo honye te fa. Go be fa na go to test. Bagari na hotels ni medu na muwo. Bagari na hotels ni medu na first stack go. Weekends you will tell me. Temori fi ya gwam. Iye ji ono wo se mo na ezugo. Ogunu na eme. Tell me another person who can be able to do that, if not TB Joshua. Yeah? Zion Welu, even many people coming from outside. Ofodo be higher no 3 weeks, 1 month. I'm gonna farm will go. Oh, may go farm will go. Zion self, go and then will go. Congregation has so that congregation will one of the most richest people among them. You can't argue. You can't argue. How will they go from going where they not to frustration? But you are making a greater mistake. EJ Nazayon, ya funde go charu go gare payo. If you go your warm up day na zumote. Yeah. If for the convoy, yeah, na bulletproof car on it, put a sticker. Zion ne. Yeah. If they achieve that through being fake, I don't know. But what I know is that if evangelism got to the level where he is now, with the fake and RNG, it means him a award for the greatest RNG mover of all time, because how he did it to be able to get to where he is, I don't know. Onye share go testimony with me in a vintage. Onye makofuma. When you call one RNG go mel. Onye koyo gwa mom. Na savana call I have to. I have to leave, but I'm coming back. I'm coming back.